Alright, so we got some orange and blue shapes. You know, the funny thing about shapes and colors is I got nothing for this one. What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you boys and girls today is my review for Mick Jenkins' latest EP, Waves. And I've been waiting for this one for a long damn time, because last year's mixtape from him, The Waters, that was one of my top 10 projects of 2014. And right away, one of the things that I noticed about this EP is how different it is, because Mick has a lot of experimental shit happening right here. But I'll get into that a little bit later. Because by now, I think everybody is familiar with his singles, P's and Q's, and also Alchemy. P's and Q's is the one where he raps mostly with words that start with P and Q, so that was a very impressive lyrical display, and I like that track a lot, and I think you should check out the video for that if you haven't, because it's just crazy. As for Alchemy, he brings that lyricism that we've come to expect from him, where you can kind of interpret things from him in a different way. And he brings some more water metaphors and wordplay, and he also gets at the critics who said that he talks about water too damn much. So both of these tracks were cool, and they're two of the more traditional hip-hop sounding tracks on this EP. Piano and Perception also both have that traditional hip-hop sound to them, and I really like Piano a lot because it has a trap soul sound to it, and it kind of reminds me of Isaiah Rashad's music. This song sounds like it could have been on Sylvia Demo if you ask me. On the hook, Mick is rapping about trapping out the bando. And Perception is a pretty cool song too, but it's actually my least favorite song on here because I find that plucky sound that goes on throughout the instrumental to be a little bit annoying. Perception also has a nice atmospheric outro from the mind, and I forgot to mention that on the song Piano, Mick Jenkins says that he feels like Dikembe Mutombo because he's never been dunked on. But Dikembe has definitely been dunked on, and all you gotta do is a quick YouTube search. Just ask Michael Jordan about that. But to get into the experimentation happening on this EP, just take a look at the song Your Love for one example. It has a drowsy, hypnotic, 90s club track sort of sound to it, and Mick is doing a lot of singing on this one. He borrows a little part from Lupe Fiasco's song Paris Tokyo on the hook, and then he repeatedly sings about wanting a woman's love, and this shit is just really catchy. But I definitely think it won't be for everybody because it has a very unique vibe to it. And the lovey-dovey content continues on the song The Giver, where we get a little bit of an R&B and neo-soul vibe going on. Then, on the song 40 Below, Mick reminisces about a girl who turned her back on him, or just basically became very cold to him, back when he was only 17. And he reminisces about how he used to think about the mistakes he made with her, and also how he used to creep her Facebook page. So some of you creeps out there will probably be able to relate to this. Personally, I actually really like the funky, soulful R&B stuff that he has happening on this EP, but I don't think it'll be for everybody, and whether you like this EP or not depends on what it is that you want to hear from Mick Jenkins. And this EP definitely had some frustrating moments for me. I kinda liked the song Slumber, but I found the jumbled drums to be a little bit too frantic. But it was still a pretty cool song because of the positive, inspirational lyrics and jazzy feel. And Get Up, Get Down was really frustrating to me, because I love the first part of the song where it has that funky, bouncy feel, but then it kind of gets depressing and a little bit darker on the beat. But I think that was intentional because the song is called Get Up, Get Down, so you get up for the first part of the song and you get down for the second part of the song. At least that's how I took it. But that first part of the song, man, that shit was really funky, and that was where I think the experimentation that he was doing on this EP really sounded right. So while this EP isn't quite as potent as The Waters, I still have it at a 3.5 out of 5. And I think the risk-taking is admirable, and I like quite a bit of this EP. I thought it was very solid. And for the most part, it kind of feels like Mick is just experimenting because this is an EP and he's got his debut album coming up. So I'm sure once we get his debut album, it might be kind of a mixture of this EP and what he had going on The Waters. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But with this EP, it kind of just seemed like Mick was testing the waters. You see what I did there? Yeah. I really forced that one and kind of made this whole thing awkward for everybody, I guess. Cut! But that's just what I thought about this EP. Hit me up in the comments section to let me know what you think. And as usual, do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.